Google just dropped a tool that could make you irreplaceable if you know how to use it right. I'm talking about Google Opal, their new vibe coding platform that lets anyone build web apps without writing a single line of code. And yeah, I see that look on your face. Great. Now, even my grandmother can build apps. My tech career is officially over. Wrong. Dead wrong. See, everyone's freaking out about the wrong thing. They think Opal means the end of technical jobs, but here's what the panic merchants aren't telling you. This isn't about replacing developers, it's about creating a new class of digital architects. People who understand how to think in systems, not syntax. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the counterintuitive secret that separates the people who get replaced by AI from those who become indispensable because of it. It's not about coding faster or knowing more frameworks, it's about becoming something AI can't replicate, no matter how sophisticated it gets. Stick around and consider subscribing because this mindset shift could literally save your career. Let's start with the biggest misconception, killing careers right now. AI makes everything easier, so my expertise matters less. I hear this everywhere. Developers thinking GitHub Copilot makes them obsolete. Designers worried that AI image generators replace creativity. Product managers convinced that AI will handle strategy. Here's a reality check. When calculators became widespread, did mathematicians disappear? When word processors replaced typewriters, did writers become extinct? Hell no. The tools evolved and the smart ones evolved with them. But here's where it gets interesting. Take Sarah, a front-end developer I know. When Opal launched, she had a complete meltdown. Why would anyone hire me when they can just describe what they want and get a working app? She spent 3 weeks doom-scrolling LinkedIn, convinced her career was over. Meanwhile, her colleague Marcus had a completely different reaction. He immediately signed up for Opal's beta, spent 2 days understanding its limitations, and within a week had positioned himself as the AI human bridge for his company's rapid prototyping initiatives. Guess who got promoted last month? The difference isn't technical skill. Sarah's actually the better programmer. The difference is understanding what Opal really represents. See, everyone's looking at this wrong. They think Opal democratizes app creation, which means less demand for developers, but that's like saying more people can take photos with smartphones, so professional photographers are doomed. What actually happens? The barrier to entry drops, demand explodes, and suddenly you need curators, strategists, and systems thinkers more than ever. Think about it. If anyone can build an app in Opal, who's going to help businesses figure out which apps they should build? Who's going to understand the workflow logic that actually drives results? Who's going to optimize these AI-generated solutions for real-world complexity? Right now, while everyone's either panicking or dismissing Opal as a toy, there's a massive opportunity hiding in plain sight. The people who see it first are positioning themselves as the essential human layer between AI capability and business value. But here's the kicker, and this is where most people mess up. You can't just learn the tool. That's still thinking like it's 2019. You need to understand something deeper about how human intelligence and AI complement each other. Something that transforms you from a tool user into what I call a systems whisperer. And that's exactly what I'm going to reveal next. Here's the secret that's going to separate you from the crowd. Stop thinking like a builder. Start thinking like an information architect. Everyone using Opal and tools like it falls into the same trap. They treat it like a fancy website builder. Type in what you want, get an app, done. But that's amateur hour. The real power isn't in what Opal builds. It's in how you structure the thinking that feeds into it. Here's the framework that changed everything for me. The C.A.R.E.S Method. C. Context. Mapping. Before you touch Opal, map the business context. What problem are you really solving? What data flows matter? What user behaviors are you trying to change? AI can generate solutions, but it can't understand business context like a human can. Architecture, thinking. Don't just describe what you want. Architect the logic flow. Break complex problems into modular components. Design data relationships. Plan for edge cases. This is where human systems thinking becomes irreplaceable. R. Rapid iteration strategy. Use Opal's speed, not for final products, but for hypothesis testing. Build 10 quick prototypes to validate assumptions before committing to one solution. AI makes iteration cheap. Use that strategically. E. Enhancement planning. Every AI-generated solution is a starting point, not an endpoint. Plan how you'll enhance, integrate, and scale what Opal creates. This is where technical depth still matters, but now you're applying it at the architecture level, not the syntax level. S. Strategic integration. The killer skill is understanding how these rapid prototypes fit into larger systems. How does this Opal app connect to existing databases? How does it integrate with current workflows? How do you maintain and evolve it? When you approach Opal with C.A.R.E.S, you're not just using an AI tool, you're becoming the strategic brain that guides AI capabilities toward business outcomes. This is what Marcus figured out intuitively. He wasn't building apps in Opal, he was designing systems architectures that happen to use Opal as one component. Let me show you exactly how this plays out in the real world. Scenario 1, the smart product manager Lisa works at a fintech startup. When her CEO heard about Opal, he asked, "Why don't we just have our interns build our internal tools instead of hiring expensive developers?" Here's where most PMs would panic. Lisa did the opposite. She used the C.A.R.E.S method. Context mapping, she identified that their real bottleneck wasn't building tools, it was understanding which tools would actually improve workflows. Architecture thinking. She designed a systematic approach to prototype, test, and iterate on internal solutions. Rapid iteration. She used Opal to build 5 different expense tracking prototypes in a week, each testing different user behaviors. Enhancement planning, she mapped how each prototype would integrate with their existing Slack workflows and accounting systems. Strategic integration, she positioned herself as the internal system strategist, the person who understands both the business context and the technical possibilities. Result, instead of being replaced by interns with Opal access, she became indispensable as the person who could translate business needs into systematic solutions. Scenario 2, the evolving developer, remember Marcus? Here's exactly what he did. When his company wanted to test a new customer onboarding flow, instead of spending 3 weeks coding a custom solution, Marcus used Opal to build a functional prototype in 2 hours. But here's the key. He didn't stop there. He used that prototype to gather real user feedback, identify the actual technical requirements, and design a scalable architecture for the final solution. The Opal prototype became his business case for a proper development budget, and he became the technical lead for implementation. He became the person who could quickly translate ideas into testable realities, then architect proper solutions based on real data. The common mistake most people make. Here's where people go wrong. They either dismiss tools like Opal as not real development, or they think learning the tool itself is enough. Both approaches miss the point. The winning move is understanding that AI tools like Opal are amplifiers, not replacements. They amplify your ability to test ideas, validate assumptions, and communicate concepts. But they can't replace strategic thinking, systems, architecture, or business context understanding. Your 7-day action plan. Here's how to position yourself starting today. Day 1 to 2. Sign up for Opal and build 3 simple prototypes. Focus on understanding its capabilities and limitations. Days 3 to 4. Identify a real business problem in your current role that could benefit from rapid prototyping. Days 5 to 6. Use the C.A.R.E.S method to architect a solution approach, then build a prototype in Opal. Day 7. Present your prototype as a strategic business case, positioning yourself as the bridge between AI capabilities and business outcomes. The people doing this right now aren't just surviving the AI revolution, they're leading it. Here's your reality check. AI tools like Opal aren't coming for your job. They're coming for people who don't understand how to leverage them strategically. The choice is simple. You can either panic about AI making development easier, or you can become the person who understands how to turn that ease into business advantage. Start your 7-day challenge today. Find one business problem, apply the C.A.R.E.S method, and build a prototype in Opal. Then share your results. I want to see how you're positioning yourself as a systems whisperer. And if you found this valuable, subscribe because I'm tracking every major AI tool launch and showing you exactly how to turn potential threats into career accelerators. Next week, I'm breaking down why DeepMind's new math capabilities actually create more opportunities for strategic thinkers, not fewer. The AI revolution isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, if you know how to ride it.